Good afternoon and welcome to the Siesta show. Now we're back at La Quinta today for our third golf lesson. Camilo, what are you going to be teaching us today?
Hi Susan, hi Justin. Today we're going to do the third part on putting, which are the long putts. We call this in golf terms the 3-putt country. It's very important, especially for beginners, because it's a very common mistake making 3 putts. It's very difficult to make 3 putts from long distances, and we're going to focus on that today. All right?
Oh, scary stuff today. Let's see what we do.
You were a bit apprehensive this morning, weren't you?
No, it was last night. I had that feeling, the feeling that I used to have at school the night before I had PE.
Yeah.
You know, but...
Susan, you're scaring me. I'm not going to bite you. Yeah, it's just a golf lesson.
He's not scary, we promise. Okay, shall we get on with it then?
Okay, let's go. Okay, Susan and Justin, we're going to work today, as we were saying before, on the long putts. Long putts are something farther away than, let's say, 10 meters, 30 feet. And in golf, we call this 3-putt country. Why? Because it's very common to make 3 putts. So it's very important to practice these putts correctly and have a feeling for them on the long shot. So when you play on the golf course, you avoid 3-putting, which is bad. All right? It's like I said before, it's very difficult, but we have to try to do it. Now, if you see here, I've set up these 2 clubs, and we're going to be putting to that flag at the end. And in the flag at the end, I put around the flag 6 tee pegs about 1 meter in diameter, meter away from the hole. We're going to try to do the exercises to try to hit the ball from these 2 positions I've placed for you, with the club on the ground as a reference point for your aiming, and try to get the ball. The focus is going to be just to try to get the ball within that circle. If we can get the ball somewhere near that circle, then we'll have a good chance to make 2 putts. If we don't, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Putting when you have a long putt, basically it's the same we've talked about in other shows, but there's slightly adjustments we have to make in our stance and our technique. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to go over here and explain it from over here. Okay. So now Susan and Jason, what we're going to try to do here is first of all, we have to look at the putt. So I'm going to come back here like any other putt, and we look at it. And this is about a 35-40 foot putt, which is a very long putt in golf. So the first thing is to focus on where we want to aim the ball. Remember, we can use the brand name of the ball, or we can draw a line on the ball to aim. In this case, because we have a club on the ground helping us aim, it's not necessary. This is a practice routine. This is only for practice. On the golf course, obviously, you cannot put the club on the ground to aim. I have aimed that club to a reference point I've taken between my ball and the hole. Okay, now the second part is setting up correctly. Before we're going to hit the ball, I'm going to have some practice swings and try to feel how much movement I want to do in my shot. So the club face to the target, my hands, and then my body. From here, the only adjustment I advise you do is, instead of being right over the ball, be a little bit taller. And now from there, take practice swings, long and slow, and trying to feel with your right hand how hard you want to hit the ball.
So you don't have to worry about having your left eye over
Not
the ball,
so much as before. You can be a little bit taller. This tip I picked up watching Tiger Woods. He said it in the clinic. I thought it was a very good tip. So I use it for my students too. Okay, once you have the idea of that, is standing a little bit taller, the most important thing on long putts is trying to get the ball within those 6 tees which we mentioned before. And to be able to do so, one thing is really important: to keep your head down well after impact, because one of the biggest problems we have teaching people long putts is that they have a tendency to come up very soon. So I'll demonstrate what most people, or not most, but a lot of people do when they putt, and that's where they come offline. They go and look at it and they do things like that. Right. So to be able to have an idea how long the head should stay down, my advice is that you feel that the ball has traveled halfway to the hole. Then if you're going to look at the putt, just turn your head this way, but never move the body up and down. That's going to kill you if you do that. Okay, so let's now do it correctly. My practice swing, I'm going to place the club towards the target, my hands and my body a little bit taller and nice and smooth, keeping the head well down until my ball is halfway past the target. And now I look at it, and more or less, as you can see, the direction is pretty good. Okay, that would be 2-putt country. Yeah. That is extremely difficult to do. I was a little bit lucky because I've been practicing for the last 5 days for the show, so so this putt is like part of me. Now seriously, this is the idea. Remember, Susan and Justin, that the right hand is going to determine the feeling. This is really, you have to really focus on this. So my right hand is telling me I must do that, and this is where you really have to try to feel your right hand letting you feel the distance, and your left hand helping you guide the ball correctly. We're going to hit 6 balls each. You're going to have 6 balls in front of you. When you hit the 6 balls, then we're going to walk up there and you're going to practice from 6 different positions around those white tees. We're going to put a ball there on each tee and you're going to practice the short putt. One very important thing before we continue is that when you have such a long putt, sometimes you cannot see the hole. So you have your friend or the playing partner to tend the flag. Tend the flag is what my friend Manolo is going to do, the assistant. Manolo, por favor, la bandera. Coge la grande. We're just going to have Manolo taking a long flag, a standard flag, and putting it into hole. And this is the way you have to attend the flag, so you know this when you play. Manolo will hold the flag with flagpole and the banner in his hand. Coge la banderina, todo. Okay. And then he'll pull it out as soon as I putt. Now I can see the hole. This is not, if you don't want to do it, you don't need to do this, but it's very easy. Sometimes that you won't be able to see the hole, so it's going to make it your life a lot easier. So now if I putt the ball, you'll see that now he'll take the flag out. Sácala. There you go. Okay. That's called tending the flag. All right, so I think Susan and Justin, can you see the hole from here?
Yeah.
But we'll put the small flag because you can see it. Okay, Manolo, pon la pequeña, por favor. Okay, you ready to do it?
Okay.
Okay, so remember we're going to have 6 balls. I want you over here, Justin, please, and Susan, you're going to be over there, all right? So the first thing you're looking there is you're going to have a reference point of where you have to putt the ball, all right? As I said before, the club's on the ground, so you don't need to, okay? But that's the first thing you do on the golf course. Now, both of you please walk up there and first practice, all right? Okay, so remember we're going to have the ball a little bit, we're going to be a little bit tall. Let's do it without the ball first, Susan, please. Just place the club here. Let it lie on the ground. Great. Have a long, smooth swing. Flex the knees a teeny bit, Susan. That's it. Great. Beautiful. That's fantastic. Don't flick it. Muy bien.
Okay. Have a go.
Great. Jason, now try to learn from that shot. Get another ball. Practice again. And try to make less swings. Less swings, sorry. Okay, Susan, you came up with the head too soon. So great. All right, so let's keep that head down there. Don't be curious, yeah. Be a little bit more patient with that head. Jason, try not to flicker. Remember, it's got a pendulum movement, long and slow. Let's feel it really long and slow, and keeping the head down. Okay, so let's have a go. All right, you pushed it a little bit, but that's a pretty good putt. Okay, a little bit more to the left. Yeah. Okay, Jason, that's much better. That's going to be almost 2 putt countries. As you can see, it's not so easy to get the ball within the... okay, this is why I wanted to make sure people saw this, because it's one of the most common things on a golf course. Okay, so Susan, let's try to hit it a little bit firmer. Have a practice swing. Make sure you're holding the club correctly. Okay. Okay, Jason, that's going to the right now, yeah? Now, as you can see, when I putted the ball, it went directly to the hole. Okay, I'll explain that in a second. Okay, Susan. Oh, Susan, you banged that one. All right, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's stop there a second. Come over here again, please. Stand there with Jason, please. Okay, Susan and Jason, you can see how difficult this is. Okay, the reason you guys are not successful yet is because 2 reasons. One is the lack of feeling for the distance, which is extremely difficult. This is normal. This is first time you make long putts. You're doing long putts. And the second is you're not keeping the club in the same path. Yeah? Remember, the movement of the putting is the shoulders. The shoulders must move the arms, and the arms the hands. So if we let the hands work a little bit independently, or we don't keep the position correctly, it's going to happen. So again, long and slow, and now keeping the head well down after impact. Now I'll give it one more go. Okay, now I look at it. As you can see, the direction again is pretty good, and the ball is almost in 2 putt country. So let's try to focus on that, and then we're going to go and make the 1 meter putts, which are probably just as difficult as these because we miss them too often. Okay, let's continue a little bit more. Okay, Jason, so let's have a practice swing again.
It is Justin though.
I'm sorry, Justin. Did I call you Jason again?
Yeah, just a few times.
I'm just gonna call you Jay, I think, one of these days. Okay. Good, Justin. Here we go.
Alright.
Okay, that was much better. You stopped a little bit through the impact, but it's a great putt. Susan, that's much better. The line, the direction is great. Now focus on having it, the feeling of less swing. All right?
Right.
Good. Come on. Good. That's it. Great. Now place the club behind the ball. Relax. Stand a little bit taller, Susan. Great. That's too much. Hold on. Let the club lie. Now hit the ball. Smooth. That's much better. There you go. Uh-oh. That's in the hole. You guys have to pay dinner tonight. Excellent. Great. That's the idea. Okay, now we're going to go down and make some shorter putts, all right?